In this past, you look at a kayak trail
The
park
lighthouse
over there. It's like 4, and there might be 6 now park benches. They have like a little canopy over, and basically just caliche. There's nothing. I don't think there's any asphalt over there at all. And it's just
I
like
would
they
not
just put some posts in the ground and some rope fence.
But just a few spaces.
Yeah, I mean, I would think 10 spaces would be optimistic,
Right, I think so.
but
Yeah.
And just
I-
plenty of room to turn around. That's all.
Right? There's a lot of land out there, so.
well, like I said, it's a lot of land. Now, a lot of it's not usable, but
For kayaking.
well, for kayaking, it's perfect. And I
Might
thought
be used
that's,
for birding.
Yeah,
and that's the thing is, if the bird wants to go in that with that as well, that would be a great use.
I think it will be a birding site. That's what it's for.
Well, I think it'll work as a.
Fran, my Google Earth isn't working. Oh, wait, there it goes. Sorry.
Probably bothered her. Probably a bunch of little kids like.
Fran!
Yeah, kayak park's the secondary part of it. Birding's primary.
Out
Out
to the second island out there.
Observation deck out there.
So there's that one longer
I think
island.
that
I'll
would
show
be
you.
nice.
That would be nice.
I think hot tax would probably pay for
It
that,
is
but yeah.
4:32.
Okay, well, I'm just waiting for Miss Joan to get set up.
I'm just gonna use this.
Megan, we'll add that to the item for consideration. According to Fran, 4:32, we're gonna call the RDC meeting. First one's called to order, and we're doing that. Number 2 is citizens' comments and reports.
There are none.
There are no comments. Move on to item 3, items for consideration. First one is going to be a resolution adopting Recreational Development Corporation budget for fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2021 and ending September 31st, 2022.
September 30th. So we sent, in your packet, I gave you a breakdown of the budget, but it was last year's. I printed out the wrong one. So I gave you your dias this year's. The only change we have had from the proposed budget to now is we got the donation for the scoreboard at the McDonald ball field. So that has been removed, but that is the only change that has been made to the proposed budget.
Wasn't there a boost from tax from this year? Is that going to the council deal?
That's this year's budget and it's your next item on the agenda.
Okay, got it. Okay.
This is this
Sure.
is for next year's
Okay,
budget.
got it. Any questions?
No.
Motion for,
I make a motion to pass the budget.
Second,
okay. I got a first and a second. Would you call the roll, Fran, please?
Councilmember Clark. Councilmember Clark.
Yes.
You're not a council member.
Yes, yes.
Director Clark.
Yes. Sorry.
Mayor Pro Tem Holt.
yes,
Councilmember Krueger.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Item B is a resolution amending the various RDC fund accounts for fiscal year 2020, 2021. Budget to reflect changes due to increase in revenue and or expenses, repealing all prior resolutions in conflict herewithin and providing for an effective date.
So this
This
is,
is one I'm thinking, sorry.
yes, this is the last meeting of the fiscal year for the city council and for RDC. So this is to amend the current year's budget. We had a very good summer and sales tax ran higher than anticipated. We were definitely ran higher. I don't know what, that's not good grammar, but you know what I'm saying. It was
We know.
higher than anticipated.
No, sorry, go ahead.
So we are increasing the sales tax revenue by 100,000 and also the expenditures for the EDA grant, which is a $5 million grant. For the parking mobility, we got a little further than anticipated with that project this year. So I increased that expense line by 50,000 and pool chemicals was higher than anticipated. Actually, that's chemicals and maintenance. Next year, we're switching out to chemicals and maintenance and separate line
Right,
items.
that's fine, just because it said higher than anticipated electrical needs and it's a full
Mhm.
chemicals, so I just want to make sure that that's
No, I think it was some electrical that happened there. It should read pool chemicals and maintenance.
okay.
So that is the resolution, which the council will also have on their agenda with the rest of the funds, but RDC is free also.
Okay. Any
I
questions?
move to accept the
Okay.
amendment amended.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, I got a motion by Joan, a second by Wendy.
Councilmember Krueger.
Yes.
Councilmember Clark.
Yes.
Nope, No, council member.
Oh,
Councilmember Clark.
sorry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Director Clark.
it was me.
See, that, it was,
It
yeah,
was
you are,
me.
you are, anyway, just say yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mayor Tim Holt.
Yes,
Motion carries.
Say Miss Clark or Miss.
Yeah, just,
no, it's councilman.
well,
and
I keep on
director.
thinking it's gonna be like director or whatever,
Yeah, it
for
doesn't
the
matter.
thing, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so
I think we got it.
item
Yeah,
4
we got it.
is
It's
RDC
done.
and city council comments and items for future consideration. And I would
We
like
were just
to,
discussing the future consideration to have a kayak park out by the water tower.
yes, to start phases on that and. look
Yes,
into
it
that.
is in motion. It is with the Colleen and the Parks and Rec and Nature Preserve teams.
Okay, perfect.
So
for
I
design.
assume that it will be a part of the planning. for-
Yes, yeah, it'll be, and then hopefully be ready for funding come summer 22 budget session.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I also have another question. I don't know if anyone's seen it or not, but there's the handicap access that they can go out to the water, into the beaches. Has anyone looked into that, how much it is, or can they look into that, how much it is? And how would it be manned? Would that be part of RDC or would that be something else?
Well, I think the city already has floating wheelchairs.
Well, I don't think they need to float, but I don't, because there's ramps to go out, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think you're talking about, but I think the city has a deal. I think our ways are too rough for that.
Okay.
Well,
Well, what the city's accessible ADA plan
Uh-huh.
is that instead of attempting to provide an ADA parking spot, you get to drive right to the beach where you want to be.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we meet it, is that you get to drive.
Someone came into the store this summer and they had, and so it just made me remember something. And so I was like, I'd better, I'm gonna ask about that. So,
And then we also have the 2 Moby chairs
okay.
that you can come here and rent out. And they're the
Okay.
big chairs that have the big balloon tires. So you can
Okay.
come get those. And then if you want someone who's wheelchair accessible, they can be put in those. You can even push them out in the water in them.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, 'cause I
So
think-
we have 2 of those and the county has 2.
And they would just access them here at the city.
so I wonder how we
Yes.
can get that
And we think
information.
we're trying to, Colleen's talked about putting those out with Braun and making those be part of the city's beach vendors' responsibility.
Right.
So that people can see them on the beach
Yeah.
and then, have a better visual on them. So we're hoping to maybe get our number up to 4.
Okay.
And then get them out on the beach more to where the beach vendor is
Can see.
and we lend those out for free.
Yeah. Okay.
You just
awesome.
gotta, give a deposit.
Okay.
That's awesome. Because I actually, when they asked this summer, I was like, oh, yeah, I know we had something, but I don't know if it was enacted or whatever. So, all
Okay.
right, that's it.
But there's kind of a rough outline, you guys, of the land that we got in that land swap. It's a little rough, but it's about a 250 foot, I think 200 swath in width that goes up here, and then it flares out as it gets past that little lake. And then it goes up here somewhere, but just so our idea was to get to, we think if we can get to this body of water right here, but we'll go back there and research this, but we think if we can get to that body right there, that'll give people, access out into, so we think we just need to get past this little grove of
Mangroves.
mangroves. So if we build like a little boardwalk facility, and that's probably about 100 feet from end to end. So if we build this little 100-foot boardwalk, we can get people kayak access to where you come in here
Some water.
and maybe the parking area is right in here. And you just put your kayak on wheels and drag it and you can put in right there.
Birding observation.
Well, yeah, you could,
You make it both ways.
yeah, I mean,
I think you could.
you could probably get as funky as you want. You could snake your way out here. I don't know. I think the birders need to figure out where they think the best birding is.
So, I mean,
So is this
The sky's the limit, I mean,
I would guess the planning of that's going to go on in the next year would be
Yes,
a part
correct.
of it.
yeah. And it could be multi-phase, maybe your first phase is the road, the parking and the short little stubby kayak trail. And
Yeah.
phase 2 is a little bit more intricate trail that goes up to a birding tower. I don't know, something like that. But I mean, it's really what I think it'll come from the nature preserve it'll be a combination park and then Parks and Rec to say about the kayak trail, and then the Nature Reserve chiming in, that board about where they think maybe the best birding viewing is.
Yeah, we went out there because you can get there on that road, but pretty close.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to get very far.
Okay. Friends, give me dirty looks. So I think we're veering
Yeah.
off course with what we're gonna do.
Oh, sorry.
That's not on the agenda.
Okay.
For next council meeting, it's the next meeting that we have, we'll make sure it gets on it.
Absolutely. Okay. Anybody have anything else?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.